well, hello everybody, it's Rose, and I'm trying a different setup for today's video, at least for this one. I'm going to be setting up my tabletop easel on my countertop because I want to demonstrate to one viewer in particular, but I suspect that there will be many other people who might be interested, especially beginning diamond painters, about how to set up a large diamond painting in a small space. So you saw me yesterday doing the kitting up of the drills for the Japanese princess, which is 58 by 90 centimeters, which turns out to 5,220 square centimeters. I am going to be right now kitting up. I'm going to be working on 2 diamond paintings for the next month or so, maybe 2 months, because it's going to take me a lot longer. Because I had a Hua can that I bought in the fall that had 7 missing, like not missing colors, but 7 colors that ran out while I was doing the painting. So I bought 2 diamond paintings in that order, and so Cherry from Hua can told me that she'd appreciate it since they'll only do 1 free shipment of missing diamonds per order. She said, do the second painting, and then if there's missing diamonds from that as well, just ask for them all at once and we'll ship them to you free. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on the other diamond painting, which is the, I call it the stained glass banner. No, stained glass banner is the one that I ran out of gems on. This one is from the same group of diamond paintings that Hua can offers, and it's I call it the stained glass flower. Okay, so so I'm going to first just set up the drills for the stained glass flower. That's not going to take me very long at all. I'm actually going to do the stained glass flower on the work table, like the artist's, the tabletop easel eventually, but for today, I'm going to start the Japanese princess on the easel so that I can show how I would set up a large diamond painting on a relatively small workspace. I also want to make this video one where I talk about how to diamond paint without causing your body all kinds of pain, because many of us have problems with our backs, our shoulders, our necks, our arms, and our hands from, cramping, etc., from being hunched over a desk or a table or whatever, and often being in a very, more or less the same position for long periods of time. So I want to talk as well about what you can do to alleviate those problems or to make them go away long term. Because when I started, I had such incredible pain that I thought I couldn't do this. As much as I loved it, I thought there's no way I can continue doing this. It just hurts too much. And so I tried a bunch of different things, and I'll tell you what those things are. And so I've gotten to the point where I have 0 pain now. 0. I don't have pain in my fingers or my joints anymore. I've never had joint pain, and I was getting pain in my joints, and I was getting numbness in my fingertips, and I'll tell you where that was coming from. Anyway, so this video is going to cover a whole bunch of different things, and I am absolutely certain that it won't be able to cover everything in a single video because there's just too much. So there's going to be multiple parts, and haven't figured out what I'm going to call this yet. It kind of depends on where it all goes, and I may just create a playlist that I'll make available to you all, and just add the individual the individual videos into that playlist and link the playlist in each one of the videos that's part of this series. so that you can go in and you can see whatever part you want. I know a lot of my viewers like longer diamond painting videos, and so I will try to make them fairly long, but at the same time I'm going to stop each video where it makes logical sense to do so before I move on to the next section. Okay, so this playlist is going to be about both the abstract stained glass banner and the Japanese princess, or the Japanese geisha, whichever you prefer. I call her the princess. Yeah, and it'll cover, we'll see how much it covers, but it may also cover all of the drill and chats and all of that stuff that I do with these two diamond paintings as well. Okay, so with that, I'm going to organize the drills for the abstract stained glass banner. But first I'm just going to insert a picture in here of the diamond painting abstract stained glass banner, which I'm going to shorten to stained glass banner. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is a Huacan. And Huacan, now I bought this last fall. I've got it all. Okay, so I bought it on AliExpress from Huacan. It cost me $24.34 Canadian. I ordered it on September 19th, 2018, and it was delivered to me on October 30th, 2018. Today is March 24th, and I'm just starting this diamond painting with the kit. It has 40 colors. It was advertised as 45 by 60 centimeters, but when I measured it, it was 44 by 59 centimeters. So close enough. All right. Now yesterday, I had planned to shoot this video last night, but then I got held up doing stuff, and my daughter came home earlier than I expected, and it was her last night in town. I took her to the train station this morning. So I didn't end up shooting this video last night like I planned to. But one thing that I did do off camera was I used the Xyron sticker maker, and I hope you can see that, to make a sticker out of the legend for the stained glass banner. Now, when I did the princess, I put just a single strip of the legend, and I used twice as much of the sticker tape as I needed to. One of my viewers, Lisa, oh goodness, I can't remember Lisa's last name, had suggested that I cut the legend in half and put them in side by side, and that worked beautifully. So there's my legend. I don't have a color printer, so I wasn't able to so I was not able to copy the legend in color. So what I'm going to do now is, okay, I'm going to cut up the stickers and put them on the bags. And then I'm going to put the bags in the tray that I'm going to use to work with. Because the Huacan, at least the ones that I've received, they come, and I hope that you can see this, they come in baggies that are pre-labeled. So all I need to do is add the symbol to the bag so that I can do the diamond painting without ever having to refer to the legend again. Because what I do when I'm diamond painting is I look at the legend on the canvas. I've got my beads organized according to an order that makes sense to me by legend. I do not organize my beads according to DMC number. I don't care what the DMC number is when I'm diamond painting. The only thing I care about is the legend. And so that saves me going back and forth looking at the legend on the side of the diamond painting. Okay, so first thing I have to do is put these all in order. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get my scissors, and because I need my scissors. Yeah, so anyway, 1 second while I do that. Okay, and I have the tripod precariously balanced on one of my dining table chairs. The 3 legs on it are sticking out over the edge of the seat of the chair. So I am hoping that none of the cats decides to jump up on there, because the whole shebang will come crashing down. All right, so these are lovely, lovely colors. And if the camera was closer, I would show you the colors as I went along, but I'm not going to do that now. Oh, I got a whole bunch of 939s. All right, well, I'll stick those over there. 208. Okay, I'll read out the numbers as I pick them up. So I've got 939s. There's 6,982 of those. I've got 208. There's over 1,900 of those. 832. I've got almost 1,300. 824. I've got 834 of those. 728, I've got 2,127. 993, there's 336 in there. I hope there's 336. I bet you that this is one I'm going to run out of. 3348, I've got 548 of those. And again, that does not look to me like 500. It just doesn't. So I think Cherry's advice was good. 550, I have 1,958. 3819, I've got 462 of. 783, I've got 1,470. 666, 2,148. Okay, I love 666. I hope you can see. I don't know exactly where the camera is going to pick this up, so and I can't look through the viewfinder because it's way over my head. But I love this color so much, and I've never had this many of it in any diamond painting that I've done before. So 3849, I have 555. 780, 780, I've got 1,969. 3705, I have 462. 321, another beautiful rich red. I have 3,158 of those. 315, I have 1,358. 745, I have 576. 371, I've got 1,101. 318, I've got 315 of those. 210, I'll just move this aside. 210, I've got 457. 702, I have 1,115. 712, I have 425. 3750, I have 597. 413, I have 1,412. 800, I have 273. Here's my 3801, I've got 343. 823, I have 949. 902, I've got 3,082. 898, I have 1,265. 720, 9,893. 996, I have 342 of. 3822, I have 1,041. 996, a beautiful baby blue, sky blue, whatever. I've got 214 of those. And if I run out of, oh no, wait, yes, if I run out of them, I got 2 bags of 996s with my French peacock. Because they made a mistake and sent me 996 instead of 906. So, so I think I'll be okay for that. 3765, I've got 669 of. 3846, I have 422. 224, I've got 281. 977, I have 726. 340, I have 240. 927, 927, I have 150, and finally 890, I have 578. All right. And when I did my inventory, when I got this, I had all of the, I had more diamonds. The bags said I had more diamonds than were needed to complete the diamond painting. So I'm going to take the phone out of the cradle and just zoom in on these colors for you so that you can take a quick look. And then I'll put the stickers on. All right, so here we go. I put the 939 off to the side because what's that bag? That's a lot. Although it's not like the gazillions that I've seen other people get. Okay, so now we're gonna go down this row. I mean, I picked this diamond painting because the colors were just so beautiful. Hang on, where am I? Okay. Yeah, just so beautiful. And I had heard really good things about Huacan. This was before I heard about the drill-pocalypse that was going on last fall. And so I think I got this diamond painting in the height of the drill-pocalypse. Okay, that's, wait, there we go. That's just a stunning color. Now, I don't actually know if when I was laying these out, you were able to see everything. When I set it up, I tried to make sure that you'd be able to see what I was doing, but I do not know. I guess we'll figure it out when I do the editing and when you see it. Look at that 3819. That's just such a beautiful, beautiful, brilliant yellow. That's a happy color. And that 3846, just stunning. These are beautiful colors. There's no question about it. There's nothing here that I don't like. All right, so I'm going to show you in close-up with my hands here what I'm using. I'm using just a Sterlite container. These are little pieces of cardboard that I cut for my last project that used for the last Huacan. They're just cardboard boxes that I cut up to stick, and you'll see me do it, and I just stick them inside the bags to keep the bags upright so that they're stiff enough that they're upright so that they're not flopping all over in the drill container. And then what I have is a few more cardboard pieces that I cut from the corner, of cardboard boxes. And what I do is I lay them in here, and then I lay the bags upright inside. And so that keeps the bags separated as well. And then the big bag will just go in the end here, like that. Okay? So anyway, so that is essentially my setup. And now I will label the bags and set them up in the container. I don't know if I'm going to do that in fast forward or not. So just bear with me while I put you back in the cradle. Okay, so I think I've got this set up so that as long as I'm working, and here's Marvin, he wants up on the counter, but no Marvin. As long as I'm sitting here and turned sort of crosswise, I think you'll be able to see everything that I'm doing. So let me get the stickers, and now what I have to do is very carefully cut down the middle because I don't want to cut off any number or any part of the symbol. The only reason I really care about the DMC number on this is because I keep this label on the bag when I store my leftovers, and so then I organize them in my shoe boxes according to DMC number. All right, so here we go. I have to move this out of the way for now. All right, so we start with, wait a minute, where's 150? It's supposed to be 150. What? Maybe I put it in the wrong place. Okay, this does not inspire great confidence in me because, oh, there it is. Okay, okay, good. I was afraid that I had miscounted my my initial inventory taking. So I just snip off the sticker and I tape it up at the top. And because that's likely to fall off, I mean, this is the permanent Xyron sticker tape, but it's not permanent on this plastic. So I just take a little tiny piece of tape and I cover it over. If I had remembered that, I would have not wasted my time using the sticker maker. Okay, so I've got the label on there, and now what I do is I just slide, and those are not staticky, so I don't need to put a sticker in, I don't need to put a piece of dryer sheet in there. I've got a baggie full of pre-cut dryer sheets, that I use in my containers. All right. So now what I do is I put them in here in order alphabetically and according to symbols. So so that's what I'm doing. So 208 is so the 150 is a capital D. The 208 is a small g. Yeah, that's just coming right off, so I have to use tape. I'm going to put the tape over here so I don't have to reach so far. And I don't need a lot of tape. It's just a little tiny piece of tape just so that it sticks on there. So oh, and I forgot to put so I'm always forgetting something. So this time I forgot to put the cardboard in. And I just will reuse these pieces of cardboard again and again and again because I take them out when I'm finished a project. All right, what's next? The and sign, an ampersand, that is number 210. Okay, and I already know how these will go. So this column here, this first column will be A to L. This will be M to Z. This will be any numbers. I can't remember if there are numbers in the Huacan system. No, there's no numbers. So these will be keyboard symbols that I'm familiar with, that, you know, like the ampersand and the number sign, that sort of thing. And then the last column will be other symbols like Greek symbols like the theta. That'll be where I put the yen sign and the, oh, there's an arrow with a cross through it, and there's a, what else? Anyway, there's a U-turn symbol, etc., etc. So that way, when I see a symbol, I know exactly where to look in my drills. Okay, so this one is just a little bit tall for this bag, so I'll just cut off a tiny bit. There we go. I mean, I'm sure I have others in the group there that I could use in this bag, but I don't want to be wasting too much time. So this is an ampersand, so that goes there. Next comes a Y. And this is number 224. So let's stick a piece of cardboard in there. The hardest part sometimes is opening the bags. All right. So that goes in that row. Okay, so next I'm doing 315, and that's a capital E. Now on the last Huacan that I did, there was a capital E and there was a small e as well. So I put the small e in front of the capital E. That's too big. Yeah, that'll do. And because the bags are different sizes, the pieces of cardboard have been cut to different sizes as well. So this just stiffens them so they don't flop over. And it doesn't inhibit or impair, you know, the ability to pour drills out. E goes here, okay. Next is the omega sign. It's a Greek letter. that is 318. There's not very many of those. Oh, I forgot to tape down a couple of these, so I'll tape them down. See, I told you, I always forget something. See, that's stuck on there nicely right now, but I worry that, you know, as I open the bag, because I'm going to be opening these bags over and over and over again. And so I don't want to lose a symbol. I'd be able to figure out what it is easily enough, but why go through that effort? So Greek symbols go over here. Oh no, after they have a piece of cardboard, they go over there. Okay. Like I say, I'm doing this because I've had people commenting that they appreciate when I take the time to show every step without fast forwarding. So if you don't like it, just fast forward through this. I will never know, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings even if I did. So maybe what I'll do is I'll stick the cardboard in first so I don't forget. Now these bags, they're not the really thick ones, so I have to be careful when I'm opening them that I don't actually tear them. But when I do tear one, I just put some Scotch tape on it and the bag is good to go. So 321. Wait a minute. Did I not label a bag? Oh, okay. I got ahead of myself. I need to do 321 first. So this one has quite a few in it, so I'll need a fairly large piece of cardboard. And I should be doing this over my red container just to avoid the risk that I will spill diamonds. But I just had the cleaning lady in on Friday, and so, oh, it's stuck now to the scissors. Okay. And so I know my floor is pretty clean, and I can just sweep up any drills that do fall on the floor without having to worry about picking out lint and cat hair dust bunnies and things like that. So that is, I think that's a club, like a club from a deck of cards for the 321s. Okay, P is 340. And so P goes in the second row here. The next one is theta, another Greek letter, and that is number 371. Or DMC 371. Where did I put it? Right there. Now I'm leaving the container here because that I know that everything that I'm doing in this area is going to be on frame. So theta goes with the omega. All right, next I have an X for 413. Oh, did I put? Yeah, I did. Okay. So here we go. gonna fit? Yeah, that'll fit nicely. I am trying to keep my hands close down to the counter because if they do spill, I don't want them bouncing all over the kitchen. Certainly not down the drain. So because this is fairly full, I have to wiggle the cardboard down between the beads so that I can reseal the container. So X goes just before Y. All right. Next one is what I call a null sign. So I'm going to hold these up to the camera. Just a minute. Let me put this on the container first. So this is for my 550. And sometimes what I do, if there's any question of the clarity of a symbol, because I don't want to be confusing them. So I've got my theta, which is a circle with a line up and down through it. And then I've got my null, which is a circle with an angled line through it. And as soon as I put the cardboard in here, I will show you both of them. Up close. All right, so I'll step up on my step stool here so I can see what I'm putting in. There you go. So there's the theta, and there's what I call the null, okay? And I'll put those together with the Greek symbols because since the theta and the null are very similar looking, I don't want to quickly reach in for a symbol and then realize, oh no, after I've placed a bunch, I'm placing the wrong symbol. So I keep the ones that look similar together so that, like after a while, I wouldn't make that mistake. But early on, before I'm fully comfortable with the symbol set, I might forget that there's another symbol that looks just like that. So, so keeping them together makes it more likely that I'll thumb through or pass through both of them as I'm looking for the next color to work on. So here's my beautiful 666. Gotta push it down in between the drills. There we go. And that'll be easier. So this is a slash. So it's not really kind of the oblique that you get in just on the keyboard, for website addresses and so forth, but it's, so I'm sticking it with the Greek symbols and stuff. I might decide to change my mind about that. Okay, 702. It's this lovely green, and that symbol is an S. And none of these drills are sticky or staticky so far, so I don't need to use the dryer sheets and I don't have to wash them, which is nice. It's still fairly early days, so who knows, I might end up getting some that are less nice. But okay, this one's just a tad too long, so I'll just shave off about 1 millimeter. Like, I like to keep the cardboard as long as possible so that it holds the bag up as much as possible. All right, so next I have the letter I for 712. starting to get into a groove with doing everything that needs to be done. Until I get into that groove, though, I always forget steps. Letter I goes in here. The first row. There we go. All right. Okay, what's next? Next is letter K for number 720. Is also a little tad too long. It's funny, the other diamond painting that I bought was exactly the same size, and these fit perfectly into the various bags that I was using that came with that kit. So I don't know if they're using slightly smaller bags here or what. Like I say, I'm only shaving off a little tiny bit at a time because I want the cardboard to stand up as tall as possible. Okay, so that's a letter K. It goes after the I. Okay. And now I have letter J for 728. Let's put the cardboard in there first. Okay. Let's see, now we have a right-facing arrow. And that's number 45. So I did the kitting up for this, putting all the beads in there for the Doris container for the Japanese geisha. I did a lot of chatting during that. So I've given people all of, okay, so the right facing arrow goes in with the symbols. It's not a keyboard symbol, so it goes in this last column. Okay, next I have N for 780. And I always, double check that I'm putting the right symbol on the baggie, because I will never look at the legend again, and I will never pay attention to the DMC number again while I'm diamond painting. The only time I care about the DMC number is when I'm doing an inventory at the very beginning when I get the diamond painting, when I'm setting up my kit, and then at the very end of the project when I'm putting away my spare drills. I don't care about DMC numbers while I'm actually drilling. Now there is, of course, one exception, because it wouldn't be a rule if there was no exception, and that is if I run out of drills. If I run out of drills, then I keep notes for every one of my projects as I'm working on them, and it just, just kind of like, what's the experience that I'm having doing the diamond painting? And then I use those for my post-completion reviews, which some of you might have seen some of them already. And I also keep track on that notes page of any DMCs that I run out of. All right, so I've got 783, which is the number sign, the pound sign, and I've got 800, which is a capital T. Now again, the other Hua can that I was working on had a small t as well. I don't know if this one does. It was also 45 or 40 colors, so we'll see. All right, so the number sign is a keyboard symbol, so that goes in the third column. It's garbage. Okay, so the T, let's put some tape on there. The 800. Alrighty then. So T goes in the second row. All right. So I am half done. So I have a small A for 823. There we go. Is it sacrilege to say I don't care about the DMC numbers while I'm actually working on a painting? I think for some people it is sacrilege, because I know that there's a lot of people out there, and what I have gleaned is that they tend to be people who are cross-stitchers, who have to look at the pattern to determine what color thread goes down each time. Of course, if I was cross-stitching after being a diamond painter, I would label my threads in such a way that the symbol was on the threads so that I didn't have to look at the legend each time. So A goes at the very front here. Okay, then we've got W for 824. And I don't know if you noticed, but my symbols are kind of faint. And that's because since I only have a black and white printer, I have to make the density very, very low so that I get the detail of each one of the symbols. Because especially if they're dark on dark, if you have the density set too high, it'll just come out as a black square. So, so that's why I set the density to low or medium low. W. W goes right before X. There we go. And then everything shows up nice and clear. And again, if there's anything that I'm a little bit leery of, I write it in the blank area to the right of the symbol itself. Okay, stuck on there as well. So these are the permanent stickers for the Xyron sticker maker, but they come off of everything. So I don't know. I was in the comments. I was writing back and forth with somebody today who said, you know, they sell them in the semi-permanent as well, or repositionable as well. And I did know that. It's just that the one that comes with the sticker maker itself is permanent. And I was planning on buying the repositionable. This is H for 832. So that goes right in front of I. Okay. So I was planning on buying the repositionable the next time that I have to buy stickers, like the sticker tape, the cartridge refill. But given how easy it is, well, you see, I say that and then I have a little bit of trouble. Excuse me. So this is $8.90 and it's a heart. Given how easy it is to reposition the permanent stickers, I don't think I would want to be using repositionable tape. Okay, so the heart I put right with the club because they're suits in a game of cards. Okay, so $8.98. Oh, and I forgot to put a piece of cardboard in there. It's no big deal if I forget cardboard at this stage. It just means when I'm starting to diamond paint and I use the color for the first time, I will I'll stick the cardboard in there. That's the heart. Okay, so $8.98. What letter is that? That's an R. Okay. There we go. So they are using slightly different symbols this time around. Not a lot different, but there are a few that were not on the stained glass banner that I did. Okay, the next one is 902. I need a big piece for this one. Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's big. And 902 is a small e. So every Sunday, I give Pippi they're called tartar busters. I think they're the kneecap of a cow or something like that. And they have a little bit of desiccated meat still attached to it and some, ligament or connective tissue or something. Anyway, she loves those things so much. It is her absolute, I think it's her favorite part of the week. And she's a little dog. She was carrying, like the one I gave her today was the size of her head. And she carries it around the condo. Okay, so now this is $9.39 and it's M. And so what I'm going to do for that is I go to my recycle bin and I get a box and I trim this down so that it'll fit. There we go. And that will go by itself over here because it's, twice as wide as the other four. Okay, so now I'm doing 966. Okay, these are a little bit out of order. Okay, 966, which is why it's so important to check the number to the bag. And that is, I'm going to call it planet Saturn. It is, I don't know what the heck to call it. It's a line that has a circle, like a dot in the middle of it. I'll show you as soon as I get this in there. And so I will put this in the 4th column. Let's see. Here, see that? So I'm going to call that Saturn. Because I have to have a name for it in my head. 977 is the U-turn symbol. And again, stuck to my scissors. Everybody's got their own names for the strange symbols. Ella's got some amusing names that she uses, and some of my viewers have told me what they call certain things. Anyway, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny to see how people do this. So because the U symbol is not like a regular character, I stick it in this last column. So next is 993, and that's the yen sign. So that's the Y that's got the 2 little lines just below the V part of it. Again, I'll show you in just a sec. It's funny, they use the yen fairly frequently, but they don't use the British pound sign. See, there you go. That's the yen. And so that is a keyboard sign, so that goes in my keyboard symbols area. Next is the equal sign for 996. Again, it's a wee bit stuck here. Oop. There we go. Okay, and since the equal sign is a keyboard character, it goes with the keyboard symbols. Okay, 3348 is this weird, I'm going to call it a harpoon. I have to have a name in my head for it because when I'm looking for the symbol, it's the name that I'm searching for, not the visual image. So I have to have a name for it. So this is what I call the harpoon. And that is definitely not a keyboard symbol. Oops. Also doesn't have a piece of cardboard in it. I'll take a small piece of cardboard for that. Okay. Now I know some people use index cards. You know, they buy bigger bags and they use index cards. I couldn't be bothered paying for something when I've got something that's free that I already paid for, actually, because I paid for the packaging when I paid for the goods. Okay, so that is not a keyboard sign. That goes there. Okay, next, I'm getting close to the end. 3705. Lovely pinky red, and that is the letter Z. Z for Canadians, and I think Brits. Z for Americans. And when I think of this, I think of that Shakespeare play. I can't remember which play it is, but one character says of another, "Oh, thou Z, thou unnecessary letter," because the Z can be replaced with other letters in the English language. Anyway, I've always liked that line. I hope I didn't misquote it too badly. I'm sure somebody will tell me if I did. And go ahead, I stand to be corrected. Okay, now 3750, B. And do please remind me, which play did that come from? I know it was one that I studied in high school. So this is letter B, and it's 3750, so it goes behind A. Okay, this is getting a little bit too tight here, so I have to, I won't be able to go all the way to L. It's too tight. So I just have to reorganize a little bit. And I was planning on going till L here because on the last painting, there wasn't enough room here to put the M. I had to put the M in the front here. So this is letter G, and it's 3765. Oh. And again, I want to be careful not to tear the bag, because the plastic is quite thin. Okay, so that goes in there. Now we have a plus sign for 3801. I bet you know where I'm going to put that. Plus sign is a keyboard symbol, so that goes in there. All right, so now I have a star, not an asterisk, a star, and that will go in with the non-keyboard symbols because it's not something that you use when you're typing a letter, or an essay or anything like that. So I'm letting you know how my mind operates. I hope you appreciate this. That's a joke. I love that color. Very pretty. All right, so that goes in these symbols here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have to split some of these symbols up and put them in here because it's just getting too full. So I'm going to take the Greek letters and put them there because I need a little bit more space there. Okay, I'm getting close to the end. 3822 is, it's not really an asterisk, but I'm going to call it an asterisk. Because it's very asterisk-like. I'll show you in a second. I'll show you the star and the asterisk. Okay, actually I'm going to draw on this one because I want to be able to clearly see it, and I don't want to get confused when I'm drilling at night. So, here are the two of them. There's the asterisk, and there's star. There we go. Star goes with the non-keyboard symbols. The asterisk goes with the keyboard symbols. And I'm going to put the regular keyboard symbols in front of the Greek symbols, just because, again, that is how my brain works. Okay, so 3849 is letter A. Capital A. I have a small a already, you may recall. Oops. You see what I mean about, oh, this one doesn't have any adhesive on it at all. Okay. All right. So that one, I did put some cardboard in the asterisk. Okay. So I need to put some cardboard in here. And that goes behind the small a. It's really jammed in there tight. Oops. Oh well, it won't be jammed for long because as soon as I start drilling, some of these will go down. And so the last one is 3846. And it is the percent sign. And again, I don't want to confuse it with an X in the dark. So I'm going to make a very clear percent sign on the label. It's very likely that I would not confuse it, but I don't want to be taking any chances. Because there was one diamond painting that I ended up, I'll show you, that I ended up having to pick drills because I had put the wrong symbol down. Where the heck? There, okay. Yeah, see, I mean, in the dark, you could see that as an X, right? Anyway, or from far away. All right, so that is a keyboard symbol, so that goes in here. And I'm done kitting up the Hua Kan stained glass flower. So I'm going to stop this video now. I don't know if you can see me or not. I'm going to stop this video now. This will be, I'm not sure what part it will be because I'm not sure if I'm going to make the kimono, not the kimono, the geisha and the stained glass flower a single playlist, or whether I'm going to create separate playlists for them. Maybe I will. Yeah, I'll create separate playlists for them because there will be some people who prefer to see me work on one than the other. So I'm going to end here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the Japanese geisha on my tabletop easel, and I'll do it right here. And will I do it here or will I do it at my dining room table? You know what? I think I might do it on the dining room table simply because I am leery of this setup with having the tripod standing on a dining room chair. I'm just afraid I'm going to get clumsy and knock it over or something like that. So I'll set it up on the floor beside the table. Yeah, okay. So that's enough of that. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that if you didn't have or hadn't thought of setting things up this way, that this gives you another alternative. I'll quickly show you what the completed, let me bring this, oh geez, you see what I mean? I almost tipped you over. Okay, I'm back to not magnified. Okay, so I got my 939s over here. That's my M. And then I've got all my symbols here, and it's easy to page through them because of the cardboard in there. And so I've got my A to J, it looks like. A to J here, K to Z, all my keyboard symbols plus my Greek letters. Oops, all my keyboard symbols plus my Greek letters here. All the non-keyboard symbols here. And there you go. And it fits perfectly. It'll sit. The reason I've got it oriented this way in 4 columns instead of this way is that I would have to stick a foam roller in here so that the bags don't flop over. And I just didn't feel like doing that. And this way I don't have to reach as far, because when I work on my drafting table, I put this at the top of the diamond painting, and so I have to reach. And if I had it oriented this way, I'd have to reach that much further. And I'm just a short little thing with short little arms, so I don't want to be reaching any further than I have to. So there you go. That's it. That is the Huacan stained glass flower kitted up, and I can start drilling anytime now. I will actually start drilling later today. But first, the Japanese princess setup. So thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can see me. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give it a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Leave me comments down below. I love to get your comments. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.